The continent shivers, the echoes of Geralt's journey fade, leaving behind a world teetering on the edge. Monstrous whispers fill the vacuum, and new dangers rise from the ashes of the wild hunt. But where there's darkness, there's a flicker of hope. CD Projekt Red ignites the signal fire. The Witcher 4 is on the horizon. But what form will it take? It's been 9 years since The Witcher 3. Wild Hunt came out in May 2015. The game was a huge hit for Polish producer CD Projekt Red. It got great reviews and went on to sell more than 50 million copies, making it one of the most popular video games of all time. The company didn't start working on The Witcher 4 right away though. Instead, it made Cyberpunk 2077 and put it out in 2020, which was also a big hit after a rough start. But now, with The Witcher 4, which is being worked on under the codename Polaris, CD Projekt Red is going back to the fantasy series it is best known for. If everything goes as planned, it will be the first book in a new trilogy that will also include The Witcher 5 and 6. This will finish the second set of trilogies. Some people at CD Projekt Red have talked about The Witcher 4 over the years, but the game is still a long way off. We're putting together what we know about the highly anticipated fantasy RPG and a few bits of information about the sequels. We'll keep adding to this as new information comes in. In addition to The Witcher 4, CD Projekt is working on a number of other games as part of its new plan to work on several big projects at the same time. There is also a follow-up to Cyberpunk 2077, a remake of The Witcher, a new IP being worked on under the codename Hadar, and a new Witcher game from the Mollus's Flood. Management at CD Projekt recently told investors that the company doesn't usually give out release dates this early in the development process, and that won't change with The Witcher 4. But in 2022, management said that The Witcher 4 might need a few more years and might not come out until at least 2025. CD Projekt's first game was made with Epic's Unreal Engine 5. The company says it will take some time to get used to the new technology so that work can begin. As was already said, Epic and CD Projekt made a deal that lets the Polish company use Epic's technology to make The Witcher 4 and other games over a number of years. The Witcher 3 and CD Projekt's other games were made with the Red Engine, the company's own game engine, before this. The Witcher 4 is the first game in a new series. The management at CD Projekt said that making The Witcher 5 and 6 should go more smoothly because the base will already be built. The management of CD Projekt also said that making The Witcher 5 and 6 would take about 3 years each. This means that fans can expect this new Witcher trio to last until the 2030s. Since CD Projekt has only stated that The Witcher 4 will be made, the company has not yet said which devices the game will be available on, but you can be sure that The Witcher 4 will come to PC, especially GOG, the company's own DRM-free download shop. By the time The Witcher 4 comes out, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo may have all released new, more powerful home systems. But CD Projekt hasn't said for sure when The Witcher 4 will come out on any device, PC, tablet, or otherwise. The company has always worked with PCs and consoles, and even the Nintendo Switch, which isn't very powerful, got a port of The Witcher 3. Streaming services like Luna can also be used with CD Projekt. The Witcher games and the Netflix show are based on Andrzej Sapkowski's books of the same name. Many people are interested in where the story could go in The Witcher 4 and beyond, or if it will adapt any parts of the Witcher books. CD Projekt's first series was all about Geralt's trip. None of those questions have an answer for us. People are very interested in the new Witcher game, and one big question is what that ring in the preview art is. Some people think it stands for the School of the Cat. Later, CD Projekt revealed that it is a lynx, but it's not clear what this means for the story. Even though Ciri attended the School of the Wolf to learn how to be a witch, she wears this medallion in The Witcher 3. Still, some people think Ciri could play a bigger part in the next game or even be the main character that you can play as. That's still unknown, but CD Projekt Red has hinted that it wants to write more stories about Ciri. VG 247 asked Jakub Szonlek, a writer for CD Projekt, in 2020 if the company had thought about making Ciri the main character of a new Witcher game. Szonlek responded, "That's your actor, interesting question. Would you like to play a game where Ciri is the main role? I regret we didn't get to explore Ciri's past a bit more," he said about her story in The Witcher 3. "She's such a wonderfully deep and complicated person. Because, well, she's been gone for about 2/3 of the game, she didn't get as much screen time as the writers would have liked. But hey, we might be able to get back to it later. At first, some people thought the circle in the teaser art was the School of the Cat circle. Snow has partially obscured the medallion, and some of it is difficult to see. This has led to a lot of argument and conversation about what it all means. Then there's the matter of whether Geralt will show up or not. In the same way, we don't know. CD Projekt Red is working on The Witcher 4. This is the same company that made The Witcher, The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings, and The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. In April 2024, the game was in the pre-production stage of being made. On an earnings call in March, however, management said that full production would not start until later in 2024. The company also said that more than 400 people are working on the game and that it is further along in development than all of CD Projekt's other planned games, even the follow-up to Cyberpunk 2077. Sebastian Columba is in charge of making The Witcher 4. He has worked for CD Projekt for a long time and started working there in 2014 on The Witcher and its sequels. He then moved on to Cyberpunk 2077. Columba said in November 2022, "I believe nothing is impossible. We're here to raise the bar, tell emotional stories, and make worlds. It makes me happy to work for CDPR with such a skilled and dedicated group of people." He said that The Witcher 4 will not be The Witcher 3 in new clothes at CD Projekt's most recent earnings meeting. Now Wachowski is co-CEO of the company. It wants to be different from other games that have come out before it. When it comes to the risks of new features, making a new game is always a creative risk, especially since we're trying to break new ground and explore new areas. We haven't done that before. I know this is a pretty broad brushstroke, but I can't go into too much detail without talking about the game itself, he said. I guess what I'm saying is that you should not be expecting The Witcher 3 in new clothing of sorts. The Witcher 4 builds on The Witcher 3 and other games that came before it. But now Wachowski said that The Witcher 4 will have new gameplay elements and new mechanics that you have not seen in our previous games. I'd say doing such things is always a risk. It's not just repeating what was done before, he added. So far, CD Projekt hasn't shown any images or gameplay videos from the game. The company also hasn't talked about any new gameplay elements or techniques. Fans will expect a lot of changes and improvements since The Witcher 4 came out more than 10 years ago. They will also expect the game to stay true to what fans have come to expect. Cyberpunk 2077 was notoriously released with a long list of bugs and other problems so bad that Sony took it off its digital store for a while. A lot of people got their money back. After the game came out, CD Projekt kept working on it and made many changes and improvements. The game is in a much better state now than it was before the 2.0 release and the release of the Phantom Liberty expansion. The lead engineer at CD Projekt, Colin Walder, said that the company made a lot of important changes for The Witcher 4. Invin Global talked to him and he said that the company made it a point to focus on computer support from the start of development. In October 2023, he said that the company had been running secret tests of The Witcher 4 from the very beginning. He said that this was a step that CD Projekt added to Cyberpunk later in the growth process. The continent beckons further. Did these Witcher 4 rumors ignite your inner monster slayer? Let the speculation burn brightly in the comments below. If you crave more Witcher content, don't break stride, hit that subscribe button, and stay sharp for more dives into the continent's mysteries.